Hey guys, welcome back to another Ninja Gaming video. I keep screwing it up. And today I am finally going to continue on with my my prediction slash one story that I started. I know it's been a long time since I released it. I did 2025, what I want to happen, and I've created like a storyline of how I wanted that to happen across the main roster, etc., etc. And not gonna lie, I've done a lot since then, and I want to continue on with the story. Since then, I've actually, based on uh, what happened in my 2025 once, I've been able to do a 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, and 2032. Holy crap, I know that is a lot of years. Um, a lot of years, and pretty much I've planned out this 2026 wants list again based on what happened in like 2025 one. Um, I literally started figuring out this 2026 list um, pretty much after I did the videos for the 2025 once, and so you know, and that was a while ago, considering that I did the 2025 videos at the start of 2025, and so at the start of 2025 they also had the 2026 list done, and it's been so long. I just never had to, just couldn't figure out when to do it, and I thought I'll do it now, or at least start. So this is gonna be part one. Quick things, I recently just released a video talking about goodbye to WWE 2K24, my favorite 2K wrestling game that I've played, because they're closing down online access, and so therefore I'm playing 2K25, but I'm using this obviously as per the previous one, because this is going to be like an ongoing series. I'm going to do this whole thing on my channel. It's really important to me, this me talking about my wants and stuff, etc. And of like my vision, I guess you could say, of the story. And like as per the 2025 one, I'm using the 2K game to showcase the wrestlers in the situation, to help give you an understanding and idea of the matches, etc. Okay, so also with 2026, I've decided to do more in depth. So I've actually done a lot of Raw matches, SmackDown matches, and done a pretty solid year plan, which I haven't done for 2027 onwards. 2026, back when I did this, I thought I'd take it more seriously, and I did legitimate, like weekly, like some of the matches that you would see on a Raw and a SmackDown, etc., and some storylines, and therefore, so this 2026 is going to go for a lot longer. It's probably going to be 5 or 6 parts. Um, and I've also did some dialogue for one of the big feuds which will be addressed. So this is again, like I said, 2026. When I want, obviously it's 2026 now. We're literally in March right now, but a quick recap. So here's some things I need to talk about. Also a quick recap of what happened in my 2025. Remember, John Cena retired. His final match was against The Rock at John Cena's final Saturday night's main event PLE and final match, and John Cena retired with the Intercontinental Championship, and so therefore there needs to be a new Intercontinental Champion. It's vacant. And yeah, so some things to add as well, that I didn't necessarily. I think some things that I forgot to mention throughout the 2025 storyline, etc. So towards the end of 2025, I had a feud. There was a feud between Montez Ford and LA Knight. Because I don't think looking back at my notes for 2025, I don't think I planned much for LA Knight. So it kind of kept him fresh. But I mean, what can I say? Literally looking at things now, like I said, this is March 2026. Literally, LA Knight is cooked. He's just failed. He's botching. He's not getting pushed, etc., etc. So at the end of 2025, so I did include tag team championships because I realized that I didn't really cover them in 2025. So at the end of the year, end of 2025, DIY was holding the WWE Tag Team Championships, and the War Raiders were holding the World Tag Team Championships. End of the year, Lyra holds the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and Ronda Rousey holds the Women's United States Championship. Chad Gable is United States Champion. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez are the Women's Tag Team Champions. Now remember, Black Mask is World Heavyweight Champion. Remember, Black Mask is a character that Randy Orton is now. Like, it's not like Randy Orton, because obviously, like I said, WWE, these are characters of a human. If someone's wrestling name is the same as their actual name, doesn't mean that it's actually them. They're playing a character of that person. And so, for example, with the Black Mask, the Black Mask is still the character Randy Orton. So Randy Orton is still playing the character Randy Orton, you know, in this scripted universe. That's evolved into this new Black Mask attire, era, etc. So he's still the Black Mask, and he's the World Heavyweight Champion. Jey Uso is the WWE Universal Champion. Bayley is the WWE Universal Women's Champion, and Rhea Ripley is the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. The OG Bloodline are now on Raw and SmackDown due to Jay having the WWE Championship. So if I go back to... Sorry guys, this is going to be a long time because I'm just doing some quick recaps over 2025. December, okay, we had AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which is OG, which was amazing. AJ Styles won that. Carmelo and Jimmy Uso, remember they were this new tag team. You know, I think I talked about how Carmelo and Jimmy Uso had this new mixed theme that I've listened to on SoundCloud, and I thought that, you know, that would play as an entrance versus Kevin and Seth, because obviously it was the group of, you know, Kevin, Seth, LA Knight, and someone else against the OG Bloodline. Jey Uso gone mode versus Drew McIntyre. Yup. And yeah, that's right, Jay breaks Drew's arm, closing in once of 2026. And then Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax for the WWE Championship. Bianca, but then Bayley cashes in her briefcase and pins Bianca, so Bayley's our champion. And then yeah, John Cena versus The Rock for the RC title, but John Cena retains and retires with it, so we need a new Intercontinental Champion. Also just looking... Is this... Sorry guys, just having a quick look still. Okay, so I think it's still established also that Cody Rhodes is a heel with Brock Lesnar, I think. I thought that was 2026, sorry. Probably should have done a little more preparation. I just really want to get this video done and dusted. Yeah, so Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar are heels. Anyway, let's move on to 2026, guys, the big year. So like I said, keep in mind of all the champions, the current champions, etc. I don't think I talk always about the World Tag Team Championships. Same, Tag Team Championships may not always be mentioned, but that's okay. So, week 1, January. Like I said, this is more in depth. The OG Bloodline meet up in the ring, as well as Carmelo. Roman thanks Carmelo for helping out at Saturday night's main event. Jay hands back all the file to Roman. I've also done some dialogue here, guys. So bear with me here. So, you know, because I like to plan the promos for these because they're a part of the vision. So Roman's going, as far as I'm concerned, you are him, to Carmelo. Obviously, because Carmelo's slogan is, you know, he's him, whatever. And then Roman kind of talks about, now listen up, guys. Our family is in trouble. We're about to go to war. So Carmelo, you know, he's no longer with the OG Bloodline right now, but, you know, it was, you know, nice of him to help before with KO and Seth or whoever. And it's pretty much they're going into war with the Wyatts because of what Roman was like in 2023, because obviously he was a bad heel in 2023 and abused his family and his loved ones, and manipulated them, and of course, obviously they came back together as an OG bloodline, and that's why the White Six are now also going after all the other members of the OG bloodline for literally going back with Roman Reigns. Um, Skipping through some more. First 4 weeks haven't got anything else. Also, another thing is Braun Strowman is also one of the main bodyguard for that Black Mask. So essentially, the Black Mask has obviously his army or servants, if you say, of just random ass, really any human being that's backstage, whatever, random Black Mask, working for him as a servant. Braun Strowman is the big bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, anyway. So obviously we have this feud with the Wyatts, and leading up to the Royal Rumble, the Wyatts actually attack the OG bloodline, a couple of weeks in, which causes the Royal Rumble, the first match for the Royal Rumble. So let's get this going on. 1-on-1. See, it's gonna. This is a lot more awkward than 2K24 to set up these things. Okay, so we've got the first match of the Royal Rumble, and it is so remember, he's champion. We have main event Jey Uso with the being a WWE champion, and he is defending his family because prior to this, his family were injured and attacked by the Wyatts, and Jey Uso is literally in God mode right now, and yeah, he's going against Uncle Howdy. So it's Uncle Howdy versus the main event Jey Uso for the WWE Championship, and it's God mode Jey. And this is the opening to the Royal Rumble. It's very interesting how I'm not starting with an actual Royal Rumble match, but I thought this is peak. It's going to start with Uncle Howdy's music hitting first, and then Uncle Howdy gets to the ring, and instead of Jay's normal music coming out, I'm going to have another remix playing from SoundCloud here. Let me just find it. I listened to it recently. It's a mix of Goosebumps X, No Idea XY, a version, from this guy named Showmix, Travis Scott, and a few other guys, Post Malone, etc. in this epic remix of Goosebumps. It goes so hard. I listen to it at the gym all the time, and essentially I want Jey Uso coming after that. I want the song to start playing, the remix to start playing for a bit. I want the arena to be pitch black, and then like blue smoke and barely like only a couple of blue lights around the arena, because I want the camera to be on Jey Uso as he appears in this blue smoke with a championship around his waist and fireworks going off, and then it's just I want like the path, the ramp, or the path to the ring, because usually for the Royal Rumble matches they have a longer ramp in the big arenas, and I want this music to be playing, and I want blue smoke to be kind of like progressively like appearing across this path as Jey Uso walks through it, so you can see like the shade, like you can see him, but he's like a bit harder to see, and it's like the smoke needs to be not so. It shouldn't be super strong, because you need to be able to still see him a bit. I want it to be blue, and then as he's walking down, holds the championship on his back, as he's walking down, and he walks slowly to the ring with the music playing, and it's going to go so hard, and then slowly as time goes on, more lights in the audience will appear, then lights will appear, and then people will start eating, etc. And pretty much it's gonna be walking slowly through this blue smoke. He's gonna look sick because remember he's in God mode here, and he's gonna get down to the ring. And when he gets really close to the ring, that's when people are gonna start eating, and then he will like do one eat to like indicate please eat, and it'll be this epic like photography moment. You can see him. He pauses at the end of the path just before the ring for a little bit. And if you're in the right angle, you can imagine like a camera shot of Jey Uso standing in this like blue smoke sort of. That's not by this stage, not super foggy, but a little bit of blue smoke, and then like a pretty dark arena with just some blue lights here and there, and around the audience or whatever, and then all the audience members with their flash on their phones eating, and there's just Jey Uso there with his back and his title on his back facing towards the camera, so the camera would be behind him. Anyway, this would be look. I don't know. I can just imagine this cinematic entrance, which would just be dope and hard as hell. I hope I described it to the best of my ability. But pretty much he walks slowly to the ring listening to this remix. He's got his title, and originally, yeah, when he starts, it's on his waist facing the front, but then he like spins it around, whatever, so it's on his back, whatever. Like, I can just imagine the photography moment from that would be absolutely fire against Uncle Howard. And then obviously he gets into the ring, and then he stares off Uncle Howdy, huge aura, and they have a match for the title. And yeah, this is Jey Uso in guard mode, and sorry I went into such big description of that, but that's something that's been in my head for like literally, well, over a year at this point. Sorry, I had to say it because thank God my memory's good, because I would have literally forgotten that, because once again I planned that entrance in my head in 2025, at the start of 2025, and it's March 2026 now. Anyway, Jey Uso successfully defends that title. However, just before the Rumble, um, uh, how do I say this? The Bloodline are getting better, are pretty much better, so they're able to beat, some of the others are able to beat an actual Royal Rumble match themselves. So next up, so that's the first match. The next up is actually the Royal Rumble match. It's the men's one. And I think this would be a pretty decent, pretty good Royal Rumble match. I've planned better Royal Rumble matches. Especially recently with my mate, I kind of planned a Royal Rumble. I might do a separate video for this, I don't know. I did what should have been the Royal Rumble for 2026. Like, obviously, this is the story. This is my Vision series that I'm doing right now. But I did a separate Royal Rumble for 2026. At Saudi Arabia, which it should have been. And my mate was like, bro, how are you not at WWE writing this stuff? Because I did a perfect WWE Royal Rumble PLE, and then what that could have led, and then how that could have impacted Elimination Chamber, and what should have happened at Elimination Chamber, and the same with WrestleMania. Anyway, this is the men's Royal Rumble. Now, this might be a shorter one, guys. This video, part 1, but like I said, it's gonna be like at least a 5-6 parter anyway. But anyway, number 1 in the men's Royal Rumble is Seth freaking Rollins. Remember, this is the 2026 Royal Rumble, and yeah, this is crazy. And remember, if you're unaware, if you're a bit confused of some of the storylines that are going on, connections and relations between each of the wrestlers, refer back to my 2025 videos. But yeah, number 1, Seth freaking Rollins. Number 2, is Roman Reigns. Can you imagine the aura? Number 1, and then number 2 is Seth Rollins, and then Roman Reigns come out. Just imagine them being number 1 and then being number 2. That would be absolutely crazy. Crazy. Remember, I think Roman Reigns won my 2025 Royal Rumble to go on and face The Rock, the final boss in the main event of. Yeah, Roman Reigns being number 2, it's a big deal. Then they face off and fight. Number 3 in my Royal Rumble is LA Knight. He comes in. I don't think I included him in my 2025 Royal Rumble. I don't know why I didn't. I may have. I can't remember if I did or not. But here he is as number 3. Number 4, I have Penta. Yep, got Penta as number 4. Number 5, we have Dexter Loomis. You know, obviously a part of the Wise 6, whatever. And he obviously he's got a bit, he's, you know, kind of somewhat important, you know, in the company at this point in time because he's feuding with the OG Bloodline, the main event scene on SmackDown, etc., and Raw or whatever's on it. Number 6, I have Grayson Waller. Coming in number 7, we have Sami Zayn, which is really nice. And at this point, after Sami Zayn comes out, Cobb's obviously been a part of the OG Bloodline. Sami and Roman team up, and Roman eliminates Grayson Waller at this point. Number 8, he's not in the game, but I have Johnny Knoxville, you know, a nice celebrity guest part in the Royal Rumble itself. Number 9, we have Gunther. Gunther does a lot of damage as usual, and I kind of, just seeing now, pretty sure he does pretty good in this Rumble, but, you know, it's hard to tell. But yeah, number 9 is Gunther, and then as soon as he gets in the ring, he eliminates Dexter Loomis. Number 10, he's not in the game. Dolph Ziggler, my boy, Dolph Ziggler is number 10, and also not in the game, but I'm pretty easy in the next game. Number 11 is Rusev, 2K26, so that's Rusev. Number 12 is Karrion Kross, God bless his soul, because obviously he's, you know, his final match was SummerSlam, pretty much, 2025. Like in real life, not just my story. Like, so Karrion Kross is number 12, and then Sami Zayn eliminates Johnny Knoxville. Number 13, we have Montez Ford. Remember, in my 2025 Elimination Chamber, in my story, that was like, I made that literally the biggest Elimination Chamber match of all time, pretty much. And, yeah, so, and Montez Ford was a massive part of that. So Montez Ford, little spoiler here, has a big momentum in this year. Because, you know, giving him that finally giving him that singles push and testing that relationship with him and his tag team partner, you know, Dawkins. So, yeah, number 13 is Montez Ford. Number 14 is Bron Breakker. Hint, a little spoiler alert, like I said, I've literally planned out 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032. Sorry, I just knocked the mic. And I don't know if it's this year, but in a couple of years, he gets I think it's 2027 onwards, he gets a massive push. Obviously, WWE actually gave him a massive push in 2025, but, you know, this is my vision, I guess you could say, which is funny because Bron Breakker is literally a part of the vision. Okay, so he is pretty strong in this. Number 14. Bron Breakker, as soon as he gets in here, he eliminates Rusev, and then Gunther eliminates Sami Zayn. Number 15 is Chad Gable. When I planned this, El Grande Americano did not exist. I'm 90% sure, because El Grande Americano was at WrestleMania last year, but I literally released the videos for 2025 literally after Monday Night Raw Day 1 2025. I can't remember if El Grande Americano was a thing then. But even if he was, I don't know, I didn't include him in this because, like I said, I don't know. Anyway, so Chad Gable. Number 16 is Travis Scott. As a celebrity guest appearance, whatever. And I did 16 as like a nice reference because of his WWE Raw theme song, 4x4, which is a great song. I love it. I never get sick of it, and I use it in the gym. I know a lot of people get sick of it. I love the song. And I thought, you know, as a little Easter egg, 4 times 4 is, you know, 16, whatever. And so I came in as in number 16, and I would be nice. It would be nice to show him in this, because he was supposed to be a part of the game, but instead we got El Grande Americano, which look at that. That looks hideous and crazy. Penta now eliminates Karrion Kross, number 17, who is in the game but in the mid DLC, which I don't have. Brock Lesnar returns. This is Brock Lesnar is here, and as soon as Brock Lesnar gets in the ring, he eliminates Dolph Ziggler, Penta, LA Knight, and then Travis Scott eliminates Chad Gable. Number 18, we have Ethan Page. Now, up until literally my 2031, 2032, I've literally done nothing with Ethan Page, and that's because you gotta factor in that sometimes the wrestlers, go across companies, etc. And so I have Ethan Page just pretty much go to AEW, really. And I think that's my excuse because I didn't include him in anything. Because honestly, like I said, in 2025, I don't really pay attention. I don't pay attention to NXT, and so therefore, being honest, have a massive lack of knowledge in Ethan Page. 19 is Jacob Fatu. Then after Jacob Fatu comes into the ring, Brock beats the living hell out of Montez Ford, and his corpse is just lying down towards the upper left corner of the ring. So they beat the hell out of Montez Ford. Brock Lesnar beats the hell out of Montez Ford. He suplexes him 100 times, F5s him 100 times, and then Montez Ford's corpse is just in the side of the ring, and everyone forgets about him. Number 20 is AJ Styles. Now, the thing to talk about in this is, this reminds me, across these years that I've planned out for my story and my vision, I have included and given people proper retirement matches or somewhat tours. So I've done, across the years. I think I have, obviously, AJ Styles retired at the 2026 Royal Rumble, funnily enough. But I had AJ Styles retire in maybe 2027 or 2028, and then I did a retirement tour for Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. They retired in the same year. I have a retirement match for Shinsuke Nakamura, a retirement tour for Seth Rollins, a retirement match for the New Day. I have a retirement, like a proper match, instead of their contract ending and then they just disappear, like Karrion Kross, for example. They get an actual proper goodbye. Just trying to think who else I've done. I've done quite a few, and I spent a lot of time in it. CM Punk as well, definitely CM Punk. I gave him a retirement tour as well, etc., etc. But yeah, AJ Styles retires. I give him a few good retirement matches, like matches leading up to his retirement as well. So AJ Styles is at number 20. 21 is Kofi Kingston, the OG Royal Rumble man. I try to get him, I hope in this match he does some of those crazy moves and decisions or etc. He does what he usually does in the OG Royal Rumbles, where he's, out of the ring but not out because his feet haven't touched the ground. I don't know, think of some up at this point. Number 22 is Bad Bunny, the celebrity guest. I don't think he's in this game, which blows my mind. He's in 2K24, which is another reason why I love 2K24, because it's I miss Bad Bunny, and it also has Post Malone. What can I say? Bad Bunny, obviously, there is a few celebrity guests in here, but you got to make a big. Braun Breaker eliminates Brock Lesnar, which is a huge push for Braun Breaker. Number 23, we have where's our Logan Paul. Number 24, we have Damian Priest. Number 25, we have Dragunov. Number 26, we have Kevin Owens. I think up until this point, after Braun Breaker eliminates Brock Lesnar, after I mentioned that, I kind of just didn't do. Okay, I didn't talk about how all the other people get eliminated. My bad. So this wasn't fully finished in terms of how people get eliminated. I know the winner, obviously. Number 27 is Rey Mysterio. Number 28 is Dragon Lee. 29 was Wesley. I don't know what's happened to him. I haven't heard anything from him in NXT for a while, so I assume he's no longer contracted to WWE. I don't know how that all works out. And then number 30, I have oh my god, there's so many S's. Solo Sikoa. So obviously, all those entrants and all those numbers that I talked about, obviously towards the end, they're kind of just like boring, whatever, just filler ones at the end. Like I said, I've planned much better Royal Rumbles, especially in future years, like 2027 onwards. But anyway, here's what happens. It gets down between three people. And one of them is Brock Lesnar, right? Now I'm just quickly double checking something. It's really hot in my room. And what happens, right, is it's between Bron Breakker and AJ Styles. The final three is Bron Breakker and AJ Styles, who are still standing. And then Montez Ford, who's out in the corner. And then... Sorry guys, I'm just scrolling up again. I'm so sorry. And then Bron Breakker eliminates AJ Styles, and then there's just Montez Ford, his corpse is just lying on the ground. And Bron Breakker goes to eliminate him, but then I think, if I remember correctly, I don't have it written down, but if I remember correctly, in my head I had the Black Mask actually come in the ring, interrupt the match. He gets in the ring because no disqualification, and he RKO's Bron Breakker and then throws him out of the ring. Or RKO's Bron Breakker, injures him, and then gets out, and then Montez Ford gets the strength to stand up and eliminates Bron Breakker, and the winner of the 2026 Royal Rumble is Montez Ford, giving him that push I was talking to you about. He's the babyface. He finally does it. Next up is a women's triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And so obviously the defending champion is Lara Valkyria. All these locked things that it pisses me off. Against the following: Zelina Vega, and then Maxine Dupree. This is for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and the actual winner here is Zelina Vega, so she's the new Women's Intercontinental Champion, and she has a big year this year as well. Next up we have I'll just use this one even though it's just a singles match. It's for the Intercontinental Championship, the men's one, and like I said, remember, John Cena retired of it, so it's currently vacant. And between, then and now, we have like contendership matches, like qualifying matches, or a tournament, sorry. And the two finalists that make it into this match are Sheamus and CM Punk for the Intercontinental Champion. Obviously, like I said, both no one's defending the title because no one owns the title going into this match. These are the two grand finalists going for the vacant championship. And so it's between these two, and Sheamus finally wins the Intercontinental Championship, and finally in his career becomes the Grand Slam champion. This is a huge moment, etc., etc., etc. And then it's time for the Women's Royal Rumble. Okay. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I've only gone the first 22, which is ridiculous. I'm so sorry, guys. I swear that this was a more in-depth description. I don't know why I did the first 22. Like I said, because obviously I did 2026 back at the beginning of 2025. But since then, I've known more female wrestlers and gotten used to NXT women wrestlers, so I've obviously added a lot more of them into other things. But anyway, number one in the Women's 2026 Royal Rumble is... Please tell me she's in this game. Nikki Bella. How is she locked? This is why I hate this game, bro. I should have just done this on 2K24. What the hell am I doing, guys? Nikki Bella is number one. And this is... No, she returned in my 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. That's right. Is she locked to the island? I think she was in this game. That pisses me off. Number two, who's not in the game, AJ Lee. I think that those 1 and 2, that would be a huge start to the Women's Royal Rumble. Number three is a big one. It's actually Nia Jax. That's comes in handy how they're just like that. Number 3 is Nia Jax. Number 4 is Scarlett. Number 5 is Ivy Nile. Number 6 is Kairi Sane. Number 7 is Mishin. Where is she? Number 8 is Shotzi. Is she in this game? Because I know she hasn't been a part of WWE for a long time. Okay, Shotzi, yep. Number 10 is Xia Li, but I don't believe she's in this game. No, she's not in this game. Yeah, right. Number 10 is Charlotte Flair. Number 11 is Dakota Kai. Number 12 is Io Sky. Number 13, so that was number 12. Number 13 is Liv Morgan. Number 14 in my Women's Royal Rumble is Raquel Rodriguez. She goes far into this. Number 15 is Tiffany. It did feel bad for her because how I booked her at the start of 2025, where she finally wins a she pens in her briefcase against Nia Jax. Gets the title off her, and that's like right after Elimination Chamber, and then she loses the title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41. Number 16 is Roxanne Perez. Obviously, she had a big year in 2025. Number 17 is Jade Cargill. She has a very, very big career ahead of her that I've planned, especially in the 2030 to 2032. Number 18 is actually Chelsea Green. Number 19 is Bianca Belair, one of my favorites. And number 20 is Naomi, and she's still babyface Naomi. And 21 is Alexa Bliss. And then number 22 is Jada Parker. So unfortunately, I'm so sorry guys, I didn't realize that I've only done the first 22 women in this, and I also didn't talk about when and who's eliminated. I don't know why I haven't done that, I'm so sorry. But the winner of this Women's Royal Rumble is actually Naomi. Which is big because I don't know. She's still very good close friends with Bailey, but she chooses Bailey, and then they kind of get this heated argument going on the road to WrestleMania because Bailey's like, surely you'll go after Rhea. I'm pretty sure I said Rhea has the other title, and because she wasn't in the Royal Rumble, obviously, and Naomi's like, well, hold on, you're telling me to go after Rhea because you think I'm not good enough to face you? So we kind of get little hints of a heel Naomi here, but she doesn't become an actual heel until later on, and I mean later on, like in a couple of years or whatever. So that is the women's um, elimination women's Royal Rumble. Sorry, and Naomi wins, and that's the main event. Over the next few weeks in Feb now are the Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. So this is on Monday Night Raw. I could change it to Monday Night Raw as the background, but I'm just going to keep with the Royal Rumble. Actually, no. I will keep it as this because then I got to change it for Raw and then SmackDown, then Raw, then SmackDown, then Raw, then SmackDown. Anyway. So some of the important matches for some of these Raws and SmackDowns. So week 5, the first Elimination Chamber qualifying match is Braun Breaker, who did really pretty good in the Royal Rumble, versus Finn Balor. I also give Finn Balor a pretty good push in a few years' time, believe it or not. So all you Finn Balor fans out there are happy. So this is the first Elimination Chamber qualifying match, and the winner is Braun Breaker. We also have the women's one, which is Nikki Bella versus Tiffany Stratton for the Chamber, and Nikki Bella wins. Next week on SmackDown, Chelsea Green resigns her Women's United States Championship as she wants to go on a vacation. And then we have another women's qualifying chamber match, which is Ivy Nile versus Bianca Belair. This is the first week SmackDown Women's qualifying Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So we have Bianca Belair versus Ivy Nile. Sorry, I just knocked the mic again. And then for the men's, we have a triple threat, I think, here. Don't know why I made it a triple threat, but I'm not complaining. We have Sheamus, who again is the Intercontinental Champion, so I don't know why he's in this match, but anyways, versus Jacob Fatu versus Carmelo Hayes. Also, I do give Carmelo Hayes a big push as well in a few years' time. Here, I have him essentially build this massive feud and relationship with Montez Ford, like a friendship enemy situation with Montez Ford. Think of it as like the next generation's main event, big, massive feud. I don't know, it's hard to explain now, but you'll get there when I through the 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, etc. list of my vision, etc. And so this is on Friday Night SmackDown, and the winner for this Elimination Chamber qualifying match. So Jacob wins this match. The next week on Raw, the next week on Monday Night Raw, we have the next qualifying match, which is Nia Jax versus Becky Lynch. So this is the next women's qualifying match, whatever, and the winner of this is Nia Jax. And then the men's one is, which is a huge one, the next one, sorry, is Gunther. So Gunther versus Rusev for the Elimination Chamber match, and then Gunther wins. Sorry, the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, and Gunther wins. And on SmackDown, we have Alexa Bliss versus Katana Chance. I don't know why. I think I did some stuff with them in these years. Okay, and the winner of this match is Alexa Bliss. And then we have the men's one. And it is a huge qualifier match. We have CM Punk versus LA Knight for the men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match, and the winner here is CM Punk. And then for the women's one, on this episode of Raw, we have, because I know it can probably seem boring, guys, and it's, like I said, very in-depth. I think it's really interesting organizing the qualifying matches for the Chamber and for Money in the Bank, because it can show you different possibilities of different combinations of all the different wrestlers, etc. You know, giving you some matches that deserve to be on a PLE are usually qualifying matches. And this one is Roxanne Perez versus AJ Lee. Obviously she's on the game, and AJ Lee wins. Then the next week, which is the final week or the second final week, I think it's the not the final week before the Chamber, but it is the final week of qualifying matches. So for the men's, we have Seth freaking Rollins, which is big, versus where is he? Jimmy Uso. This is a men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Remember, at this point in time, CM Punk, sorry, not CM Punk, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins have a tight, very tense feud going on. You know, they're revisiting the feud. If I recall, this is 2026, and you know, this is the year that they finished their feud, their long-going feud. I think so. The advertisement for one of their upcoming matches is like the end of a 12-year feud, whatever. So they're at war, you know, Roman and Seth, and so that's like the big feud of the year, and so Roman Reigns actually interrupts this match. He doesn't actually physically interrupt this match, but he's there. His presence, he just pops up and stares at Seth during the match, and it actually allows Jimmy to pick up the victory here. So Jimmy actually goes on to the Elimination Chamber, and Seth doesn't, which is a very big deal. And then the final match, the final qualifying one, the final female one, is Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky, and the winner here is Charlotte Flair. Ooh. So Charlotte Flair goes on to the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Now this video is already at 15 minutes, and yes, we've gone over a lot of information already. So next up is the actual Elimination Chamber PLE. There's a lot to talk about. I'll start that in the next video whenever I release it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, there's very in-depthness going on, all these different feuds, etc. But yeah, in the next video, we'll get straight into it. Well, I'm hoping to get through the following PLEs, because I'll give you a hint now. So after Elimination Chamber, we then have, if I give you guys a quick spoiler, we have obviously WrestleMania. Also, there'll be a lot of dialogue after Elimination Chamber, because I have a lot of dialogue between the feud of Roman and Seth. So there's WrestleMania 42, then there is Backlash, and then I have King and Queen of the Ring PLE. The next PLE will be Fastlane, then it will be Money in the Bank, then it will be Clash in Paris, then it will be SummerSlam, then it will be sorry guys, after that then it will be Night of Champions, then it will be Franchise Wars, which is a big PLE, which I'll get to when I get to it, Franchise Wars. Then we have Crown Jewel. So these are all the PLEs, obviously. And then we have Survivor Series. And then we have Saturday Night's main event in December. And that's the end of 2026. So this is going to go for a while, because I have a lot of Raws and a lot of SmackDowns that we go over. So hopefully you guys really enjoy what I'm doing here with my story. Also, I have a lot of character development in future years, and I did do some for this year. I've done quite a bit of character developments and processes of relationships and feuds, etc. in 2026. But it's important to know that I came up with this in 2025. Started 2025 is when I created this list, and I didn't write everything down because I have a pretty good memory, and I'm pretty impressed that I remembered as much as I did in terms of specific things, such as the ending to the Men's Royal Rumble, even though I didn't have it written down. Not just the winner, but how it happened with, the Black Mask costing Bron Breakker the victory, because Bron Breakker was supposed to win, but he gets runner-up because the Black Mask comes in, RKO's Bron Breakker, quickly leaves, and then allows for Montez Ford to get up, have that build up, and then eliminate Bron Breakker. And Montez Ford picks Jey Uso at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. And so therefore, the Men's Elimination Chamber match is who's going to face the Black Mask for the World Heavyweight Championship. So the winner of the Chamber will go after the Black Mask for the title at WrestleMania. But we'll get into all that in the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great time, and I will try get the next video out soon. So peace.